everybody, my name's Melissa and welcome back to my writing channel, Hopeful Happenings. Last year I did a video all about my goals for 2019 and wow, it's been a crazy year. So this is my video recap of 2019 to see did I actually accomplish my goals. Alright, so to clarify, my goals for 2019 included finishing the first draft of my young adult dystopian and writing 12 other books, a picture book per month. So those were my writing goals. So let's see how I did. My young adult dystopian. Did I write the first draft? I did. I actually wrote the entire first draft. I think I finished it by February, and I believe there's even an Instagram post about it too. So January, February, it took me about 2 months to get the first draft down. However, I know this wasn't a specific goal, but I had intended to write the book over and over again throughout the year so that by this time I would have like a perfect polished draft to query. But unfortunately that did not happen. I ended up writing part of the second draft and then I had to back off because of other projects that were going on. So I only wrote basically the first draft, and a little bit of the second draft for the young adult dystopian. There's a lot of work I have to do then to get it to be ready to query, but I'm glad that the base is down because it will really help me in the future to flesh out the ideas because it's already kind of there. One thing I did do though that was not exactly on the plan was I did participate in NaNoWriMo and I wrote a middle grade horror during that month. So that was not really anticipated, but I ended up writing an entire new novel. It's just a first draft again, so it's going to be really rough and going to be a long time before it's ready to go out there to query, but I'm glad that I got it down and it's exciting because I've never written horror before, so it was kind of challenging and it was cool, and yeah, I'm glad I did that. As you probably know, one of the big things that happened this year, well, like the biggest thing that ever could happen to me, is that I'm getting my book published. My middle grade fantasy is getting published. That actually took up a lot of my writing time because in this past year I was working on edits. I had to do a revise and resubmit for the publishing company before they offered the book deal. That took some time, and then once they offered me the deal, there was like a long period of time where we did negotiations and stuff like that. And then now that it's all settled and done, I'm working on edits with an editor to, finish this book so we can get starting on printing it. So that's what's taken up the most of my time this year. I'm glad I still was able to participate in NaNoWriMo, but it's partly why when I tell you about my other goal, it's why I'm not as far into it as I'd hoped. So when it comes to picture books, I had a really good experience, but I also may or may not have reached my goal. I wanted to write 12 books. I wanted to write first drafts once a month. So 12 different first drafts. And I just looked at my book. I have like a really funny looking notebook here that I write all my first ideas down. I looked to see what I've gotten here, and I've got about 30 book ideas in here that I wrote this year. So 30 picture books ideas. I think that's really good. They're in varying stages though. Like some of them are just an idea and some of them are almost a full draft. So if I was only to count the ones that actually got written all the way, then I did not meet my goal of writing 12. It's actually looking at about 5 completed drafts. So I didn't make my goal, which is kind of disappointing, but hey, I am really happy with all the ideas I have in here, because coming up with the idea is just, it's a challenge. And then once I have the idea down, I think it's going to be a lot easier for me to just get it out. But as I said before, I've been doing a lot of things this year, and my priority is obviously the book that I'll be publishing this coming fall, 2020. So I'm hoping to get a picture book out for querying this February, March, April, but we'll see, because ultimately the priority is the middle grade, so we'll see what happens, but I would really like to get one out. One thing I did do this year, though, is I went to a writing conference. It was just a one-day thing, but it was really fun to be with other picture book authors. And we had Rob Sanders be the speaker there. He was so wise, and like, oh, it was really good to be there and just to like experience adult life again, because I'm like always with my kids. So I'm really happy I went to that, and it gave me a lot of ideas for some more books, and also how to fix some of the ones that I'd already been working on. So hopefully I'll have something to query for next year. If you've been watching my journey since last year and you knew that I was challenging myself to write 13 books, then well, thank you so much for helping me out, because I know that a lot of you have been cheering me on, you've been supporting me, you've been asking me how it's going, and it's just been very, very humbling to be surrounded by people like you. So thank you so much for being there for me. I hope I won't disappoint you, and I really would like to get these picture books out into the world soon. So I don't think this is going to be a video about my goals for 2020, but picture books are still on my radar, so don't forget about them. I think we'll end the video right there, just with this recap of 2019. It's been a crazy, crazy year, but it's also been an amazing, life-changing year, and I'm really excited to see what will come in 2020. I know there's a lot of things that I am excited about, and there's probably some things that I have no idea that are coming. So we'll see. Thanks again for watching. We'll see you next week. Happy writing and Merry Christmas. Bye.